you're obviously here to announce funding for a vulnerable cohort. Another vulnerable cohort of those that are on the job seeker payment. Your government has been provided with report after report that shows the rate is inadequate and leading to poor health outcomes, among other things. What will it take for your government, if you are re-elected, to increase the rate to the level that advocates have been calling for?
We did increase the...
But to the level that they've been calling for.
We did increase the rate. I make this point as well, that one of the things that we have done is to provide opportunities for career paths into jobs. Free TAFE is making an enormous difference in opening up those opportunities. We've created over 1 million jobs in our first term, more than any government in history. We have, in addition to that, have the lowest unemployment rate of any government in 50 years.
So is the message
in 50 years.
Job seeker, just get a job?
In 50 years. No. You know, that frankly, that deserves a bit better than that. A bit better than that. And I deserve better in treating you with respect without being verbaled. So, very clearly, I have concern about people, but I do want people to get into employment. Yes, I do. I don't want people to have a lifetime of unemployment. But I understand as well that people need to be looked after. My government is a compassionate government that has provided support. We do so within the fiscal parameters as well of budgetary policy. So I reject the characterisation that you put forward. I don't think that's fair, and I don't think it relates to the answer that I gave.
Prime Minister, as we head into this last week of the campaign, last night's debate showed that 25% of voters, or the people that were in the audience last night, were still undecided. Do you think that minority government is now inevitable?
No. Last night, there were... I note Peter Dutton this morning has said that somehow the audience was stacked. The truth is that out of every person who chose Peter Dutton, 2 chose myself. So 60 people in the room, 30 for me, 15 for Peter Dutton. What that indicates is a clear outcome. Every time people have had the opportunity to have a say in the previous People's Forum, they did certainly a significant clear majority, bigger than the majority that occurred with Scott Morrison in the debate. Truth is, if you look historically, it's hard for Prime Ministers to win debates. The natural advantage is there for opposition leaders. But I chose scrutiny, transparency. I agreed to 4 debates. No Prime Minister in Australia's history has had 4 debates, as far as I'm aware. Might be wrong, could be something in the 30s, perhaps, but they wouldn't have been televised live and they wouldn't have had devices. I chose to do that. Quite frankly, some people said, including some people here, said, why are you doing that? I did that because I think the more people see of Peter Dutton, the more they know that this is an opposition that were in government less than 3 years ago. This is the leftovers from the Morrison government. They are just not ready for government. There were 2 key issues, I think, last night that showed that. One was on Medicare, where he made the extraordinary comment on Medicare about the reason why he wanted to abolish bulk billing was because he wanted to make primary health care sustainable. What that shows is that they haven't changed their view. That's their view, and people will go back to their view. He also, of course, that's similar to what they've said about working from home. It's now just not the right time to abolish working from home. And when it comes to nuclear power, Peter Dutton is putting all his eggs in one basket and he has no idea what the cost is. That's very clear.
Prime Minister.